Welcome back, friends, subscribers, people that want to see paintings and airbrushing and all kind of goodies. Um, I actually painted this picture a while ago. I'm sorry, I glove ripped it down the side. It's like, Um, anyway, some of these paintings that I do, I like to airbrush. I plan it on them. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to airbrush a planet. I have this orange, which I believe is from Wicked Colors. Then I have this yellow. This is actually Wicked Detail Yellow. I was just trying to get colors that would match this. So, and I also have some fluorescent yellow and some fluorescent orange, which I believe I did use some fluorescent orange. And I have this color by Golden as well. This is yellow medium. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. But I'm going to show you how I clean my airbrush in between colors. And I'm going to make a little planet thing there. Maybe like a, I don't know. My husband said make a sun. I don't know if I could make a sun or not. But we will soon find out what it looks like soon enough. So there is that. Because I'll be taking this off. Then I'll be replacing it with this to get the opposite effect, like a negative effect. I just cut this. I have a circle cutter. I'll have to show you some of the tools I have someday. But I have a circle cutter, and I just cut this out of a box of Wheaties. So I could do my planets, things like that. So I'll go through and make the outline first. I think I'm going to start with a darker color. I'll probably start with this orange. I haven't used it, but I think that's a pretty close color, and then go back and do the yellow. So I'll do that, and I may use the fluorescent colors. I'm not sure yet. Just depends on what they look like. So again, I'm going to use the Wicked Golden Yellow, which looks orangish, and I do have a fluorescent orange too. I have a couple different fluorescent oranges. This one is not as bright, but I don't know, maybe that would be better to use instead of that. Oh, the colors and the options. I'm thinking, I think I'm going to stick with that. I do have fluorescent orange. It's a little bit brighter, the golden fluorescent orange, which it is a lot brighter. May use this one instead of this one. All right, well, we'll start with this. We'll just play around and see what happens. Working on a little 12 by 12, and I put some glitter on it. And I don't even know if this is open yet. Let's see. Yeah, it's open. What I like to do with my airbrush, I never get a dry tip. And the reason I don't get a dry tip is because I use a little bit of thinner, or I'll use a paint reducer. So it makes it a little thinner and easier to clean, easier to spray. So I put a couple drops of that in right there. And then I'll spray it out. Put a little bit in there. Always run that through your brush. You know, if you still have paint left in your cup, you do not have to spray it all out. You can always dump the cup. I just use a little plastic Tupperware that doesn't have a lid, and I just put some paper towels in there. I just use this cleaning pot basically to sit my brush on. It's really all I use it for. And then I will go ahead and turn this on so we can see, and that will start the fan. I like having anything I can to keep things moving so I can breathe. I do not like to wear a mask. So here we go. Put a couple drops in there. Then I'm going to put a couple more drops of paint thinner. I'm working in close quarters here because I've got trying to position the camera where you guys can actually see me. Last time I did this, you couldn't really even hardly see me. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to block this tip so that nothing can spray out. And I'm going to cover the bowl and mix it. That'll mix it, it back flushes it. So the air goes back, see, and it back flushes. And that'll mix it together, so there you see what I've got. There we go, it's orange. All right, here we go, people. All right. I don't know, it's not sticking. I put some of that repositional spray adhesive in here. This is good stuff, but it's not sticking. I don't know why. All right, now I'm going to change it over to yellow. So I'm going to dump this out. And I'm going to spray some cleaner in here like this. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to back flush it. Whoa. Got to watch it doesn't spray everywhere. And then dump it again. I'll do it one more time. And if you want to, I bought these from like a gun cleaning kit. You can get down in there and make sure there's no particles and clean the tip a little bit. And we'll back flush it again. Dump it again. And there you go. Now I'll put some thinner in it again. And I'll spray it out. All right. Sorry about that. I got really close quarters here because I'm trying to let you see. See, look how that's pretty clean. And this tip, it's pretty clean too. It's my 0.03 Creose. Now we're ready to go with the second color. And I think I'm going to use yellow. And then after I use this yellow, I may use the fluorescent orange. We'll see. And of course, I have not used this yet. So I have to open it up. Some of these colors I've used, some of them I have not. Just hoping this doesn't bleed through since it's not sticking very well. You always want it to stick. Alright, so a couple drops of reducer to start it. And then some yellow, a couple drops of yellow. couple more drops of reducer. Or I should say thinner. Now I'll back flush it so it'll mix. Now, should have yellow. And there we do, we have it. All right. Now, dump that out. You never ever have to spray it all out of the front of the gun. You don't want to do that. You want to do that as less as possible. So, clean it again. We're going to do another, I think I'm going to do fluorescent orange next. Cover the tip, back flush, dump, and out. That's pretty clean already. Again, back flush, and dump. You go through the paper towels doing this, that's for sure. Alrighty, now I'll clean the tip up real quick. You always use reducer. The more reducer you use, the less chance of getting a dry tip. So there you go. And here's the tip. Now I'm going to try that fluorescent orange. We'll try it. And we might use a fluorescent yellow as well. So again, I'll put a couple drops of thinner. And a couple. Has this been open yet? No. I had thought I opened this. There's two colors now that I've opened. Alright, a couple drops. Well, probably more than a couple drops. And then I want to mix those together because I have reducer in there as well. Or, I'm sorry, thinner. Most of the time I use reducer, but today I'm using thinner. And you just back wash with the air, and you're all mixed together. Spray it. And there's your fluorescent orange. All right, here we go. All right. I think I just got my finger in it. It's so runny. We'll put a little more in there since that happened. Paint thinner. Some paint. Backwash it. And now all right, people. Well, we're going to clean this out one more time so you can see how I do that. Take the cleaner. You can buy these anywhere. What I do is I mix up my own. I take the thinner and I mix it with hot water. And you can use a little simple green if you want to, but just either that or a little bit of thinner with it. Okay, and I'll clean it one more time. Then we'll probably have most of the orange out of it. I think I got this at Lowe's. It was Lowe's. Lowe's or Menards. I think it was Lowe's. Cover the tip, cover the bowl, and then backwash it. Or back flush it, I guess. And dump. Look at that. It's very quick. You can do it quick because you don't want it to dry in there. And then clean that tip off. And there you go. It's ready for the next job. Now I do break my brushes down and clean them really, really good about, well, depending on how much I use them, about once every month or two. It just depends on the usage. But look at that. There we go. All right. Now let's take this off and see what we have. Alrighty, here we go. I was going to put black there. I thought it'd be cool to have some black. Alright. It's so exact match almost to what's there. I'll have to let this dry before I put this on. Because I'm going to put this on, and I think I'm going to go around it with some black maybe. I think it looks pretty good. I will bring you down for a close-up because this is going to take a while to dry, and I'm not going to make you wait for that. Take these gloves off. I'll show you my airbrushes. My little setup I have in here, and I'll show you if I can do this without shutting the camera off like I did last time. Okay. All right. There's that repositional stuff. Usually that works really, really well. There is the end result. Looks like there's a little drippage going on there and one there, but I'll leave this alone and let it dry. And here is the airbrush booth that I have. This was on Amazon. I think I paid $112 or $119 for it. It definitely needs changed. But it's nice when you work on smaller canvases too, because they fit in there a little better if you're going to paint something small, if you're going to airbrush it. And then there's my cleaning pot, and I use this. It's just quicker and easier and cleaner. And there's a fan on me so I can breathe. And there is most of my airbrush paints, not all of them, but a lot of them are right there. And then I have a little tool chest I stewed under here. And this is my compressor and my airbrushes, which when the compressor's on here, these kind of go nuts. I have 7 brushes. Well, I have 8. I have one I don't use that has like a bottom cup. But here's the Krios 0.05. This is heavy duty. I like the airbrushes that have the triggers. They're just easier for me to use. I'll have to do a video on how I break down and this was my first airbrush. It's a master. It came with the compressor. Trying to do this one-handed, I apologize. Let's see here. This one here, one of the first ones I think I used too. It's master. It came with it. Came with 3 brushes. So those were the first brushes you use. You have to push down, and then when you wanted to spray paint, you go up and back. It's easy to learn. And then I have these 3. which I believe everything I have is 0.03, 0.05. This is Neoko. I think I got this fairly cheap. I've never even used this one yet. It's dusty. I stick to it. Now, I do like this one. This is a Badger. Trying to get it to focus. A Badger 105 Patriot. This is really nice. Very easy to use. You can put any paint through this. And I mean any paint. It's heavy too. You could probably put some pretty thick paints through that. And then here's the other Neoko. This, I think I got these for like really super cheap, 28 bucks or something like that. And I believe this one is a 0.3 as well. I have a 3 and a 5 of that. I like spraying with this one the best. This is my favorite airbrush. I have baby hands, so it fits my hand really well. I don't know, it's just easy. It's easy to do. That's the one I always go to. And it is I think, 0.03. It's a 3, so this big one's a 5. Now, I have used this before. Those are probably my two favorite. I like the trigger pull. It's just easier for me. And then here, and there's my cleaners, and I have some acetone and some lacquer thinner to clean them all real good. Take the needles out, and that's what's in this box down here. I got just tons of cleaning supplies and little brushes that you use for your teeth. I use for that. I need to paint my table. And then here is some of my airbrush paints. I have a lot from Golden, and I have some that I actually got with when I bought the set and bought the compressor. I also got, I think, about 8 or 10 colors with it. So I have those. And then I have some that I could make and put in them bottles I haven't done yet. And then I have more Golden up here next to my paints. I have the ones on the table, and then I have all these. Whoops, lamp. I got the lamp shining down on here. But that's pretty much the gist of my airbrush supplies. I do have some in the closet too, and I've got some cleaner that I bought at Hobby Lobby, and there's some other airbrush cleaner. But you can take this airbrush cleaner and just mix it with water, like half and half, 50-50, and it'll last, because you go through it. And you go through a lot, because especially if you're cleaning like I do between colors. So there's that, and then like I said, my other colors are right there. So I actually have quite a few. And then my air booth. I'm going to do some more airbrushing today, but my camera's about out of juice. So until next time, I will show you the end results, I promise, on this picture. It'll probably be my thumbnail. So until next time, God bless you guys.